All right, let's jump right in. Today we're tackling a massive topic, the growing partnership between humans and AI. And we're not just talking about robots doing boring jobs. We're going way beyond that, into a world of co-creation, a future we're just beginning to wrap our heads around. So let's just start with this question. Let it sink in for a second. What if the next huge leap forward comes from a team-up? Forget about AI as just some tool. Imagine your biggest, craziest ideas getting a massive boost, where something like a cure for cancer or design for a truly sustainable city is born from your vision and an AI's incredible power. That's the world we're looking at. And this right here, this is the fundamental shift. It's a total change in how we think about AI. On the left, you've got the old way. AI is just a tool. It automates boring stuff, and frankly, a lot of people see it as something that replaces jobs. But now, look at the right. The new paradigm is AI as a co-pilot. The focus isn't on automation, it's on augmentation. It's not about replacing us, it's about amplifying what we can do. This is the key idea we're going to unpack. So let's really dig into what that means. Our first section is all about getting beyond automation. We want to understand what it actually feels like to have AI as a co-pilot and how that could completely change the way we work, create, and solve problems. This brings us to a really important concept, augmented intelligence. See, the goal isn't to replace human intelligence. It's more like a partnership, a symbiotic relationship, where AI basically gives our own brains a superpower, enhancing our intellect, boosting our capabilities, and helping us see patterns we'd never spot on our own. And, this isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. It's already starting to happen. We've got doctors using AI to analyze medical scans and catch things the human eye could easily miss. Architects are working with AI to brainstorm building designs that are just out of this world. And scientists, they're using AI to accelerate discoveries at a speed that was unthinkable just a few years ago. So this really gets to the heart of it. The new goal isn't just about handing tasks over to a machine. It's about using that machine to unlock brand new levels of our own creativity. The AI becomes a catalyst, a partner that pushes our own ingenuity further. Okay, so if AI is our new co-pilot, what can we actually build together? Where can we go? That brings us right to our next section, where we explore the incredible potential of what you could call hybrid creativity, the magic that happens when human and machine minds work together. Just look at the sheer scope of what's on the table here. We're talking about game-changing breakthroughs in fields that matter most. Medicine that's tailored specifically to you, discovering revolutionary new materials, finding real workable solutions for climate change, designing smarter cities, creating education that adapts to every single student. The potential is just staggering. And this is what we mean by hybrid creativity. It's a synergy. We bring the human stuff, the intuition, the context, the why behind it all, the ethical guardrails. The AI brings the raw horsepower, the number crunching, the pattern spotting, the ability to spit out 1,000 ideas in a second. It's really the best of both worlds. With this kind of team-up, problems that have always seemed way too big, maybe even impossible, start to look, well, solvable. Think about taking on global health crises, or finally untangling our unbelievably complex supply chains, or discovering life-saving drugs in record time. These are the grand challenges where a human-AI partnership could truly make history. But of course, it's not all that simple. This incredible potential comes with some serious hurdles. We have to be really honest and clear-eyed about the road ahead. So that leads us to our next section, the challenges we face, because this is all new, uncharted territory. And these are some big, serious concerns we absolutely can't ignore. There's the real fear people have about jobs and the fact that we're all going to need new skills. There's the huge problem of algorithmic bias, making sure we don't just teach AI our own worst prejudices. And then you have the deep ethical questions and the very real security risks. These are not small things. But for every one of those challenges, we can and we must build safeguards. The point isn't to hit the brakes on progress, it's to steer it responsibly. That means always having a human in the loop for the big decisions. It means building our ethics into these systems from the very beginning, not as an afterthought. And it means being totally transparent about how they work. This chart points to one of the biggest risks of all, making sure this revolution actually benefits everyone. Because if only certain people get access to these powerful AI tools and the skills to use them, we could create an even bigger gap between the haves and the have-nots. That's a conversation we need to be having right now. So all of this begs a vital question. In a world with super intelligent AI, what's our role? What's left for us to do? Let's dive into that in our next section and focus on the one thing that can't be coded, the irreplaceable human element. The thing is, our value doesn't go down. It just shifts. The skills that become absolutely critical are the ones that are uniquely human. We're talking about emotional intelligence, abstract thought, making those tough ethical judgments, and true, messy, out-of-the-box creativity. An AI can't replicate that spark. So how do we adapt? Well, you can think of it as a three-step process. First, we have to double down on developing those uniquely human skills. Second, we need to get really good at collaborating with AI, becoming AI whisperers who know how to get the best out of our new partners. And third, and this is a big one, we have to commit to always learning, because this world is going to keep changing. But here's the most crucial point. We have to stay in the driver's seat. We need a human-centric approach. That means we design this technology to serve our needs and reflect our values. Technology should be our co-pilot, for sure, but never our master. All of this leads us to our final and maybe most important section. It's a call to action, really. It's about building our future and realizing that we absolutely have to do it together. I love this quote because it puts the power right back where it belongs, in our hands. The future of AI isn't some runaway train that's just going to happen to us. It's a future we are actively building right now with every choice we make. And that means it's a shared responsibility. Everyone has a part to play. The innovators building the tech have to do it ethically, policymakers need to create smart rules, and all of us, we need to stay informed, ask tough questions, and make sure that a diverse range of voices are at the table shaping this thing. Because ultimately, this is the vision we should be shooting for. Not a future of competition, but one of partnership. A future where humanity is stronger, smarter, and better, augmented and elevated by this intelligent partnership, solving our biggest problems together. And so I want to leave you with this final thought. We are building something that is going to give us some absolutely incredible answers. But maybe our most important, most exciting, and most uniquely human job will be to figure out the next great questions we dare to ask. Thanks so much for diving into this with me.